So yeah, good morning. If you couldn't tell by the lo-fi music currently playing and was just playing before this, I'm about to tell you an opinion that you probably didn't need to hear from me, because you can hear it from like 20 other guys on the internet who think that you care. Alright, so today I'm doing week 1 of a challenge that I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year, maybe even further on. I don't know, all of eternity. Yeah, so I'm going to watch a movie and review it every week until eventually I'm comfortable enough on camera to do something else. Yeah. Okay, so I reviewed Annihilation. Pew splash thing. Inhalation. It's actually Annihilation, I'm sorry. So in Annihilation, cell biologist Lena ventures into an unexplainable world where everything seems really fucked up. So, yeah. So I'll be rating these movies out of 2. There'll be decimals, up to 2 numbers after the main number, so like 1.25, something like that. And every episode might have a creative aspect. I might cut that out. I don't know. I'm not super confident with this one, but I don't know, we'll see. This one's a poem. I don't think it's gonna work out. And yeah, this is episode 1 of 52 for the week of the 20th of January till the 26th of January. It is currently the 29th of January, so I'm a little bit late recording this. Annihilation is a 2018 horror film. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like a horror film, but like, I guess it is. Directed by the 28 Days Later and Ex Machina guy. 2 movies that I've been telling myself for like months, maybe even years, that I just really want to see at some point. So I guess that's what this series is about. So yeah, let's actually elaborate on that point. I really like directors that I've only seen like one thing of, but it was like a good thing. Like Bong Joon-ho, who I'm probably going to be watching another movie of, or Bong Joon-ho, who I'm probably going to be watching another movie of in this challenge, which is Parasite is the movie that I've seen. I'm going to see Snowpiercer because I don't know, Willy Wonka, man. Everyone's seen that video essay. But yeah, it's just good. Tons of movies. I've only seen Parasite, and it's still one of my favorite directors. So like that gave this dude kind of a leg up in the competition. So horror movies. I'm not always a big fan of horror movies. Like, I don't really want to watch a traditional horror movie. I'm not here for your like Freddy vs. Jason 15 featuring Alien vs. Predator. Though actually, I might watch Alien as one of these. Like, I'm a bit of a wimp gore-wise, but also I feel like there's not enough there. I need something that'll like really stay with me for months. So yeah, I don't really like regular horror movies, but like psychological, like if it makes you think for a little bit and it's all you can think about for a little bit, that's what I want. I want a movie that's like designed for that. So I'm not there for like a gory slasher movie. Yeah. Also, I don't like jump scares, but that's just kind of like, that's a horror thing. Yeah, so like Annihilation stayed in my head. I remember watching the trailer back in like 2018, 2017, whenever the trailer came out, I don't remember. And I was like, bro, I love this. And I think I actually watched the teaser trailer. I think I watched the trailer before and was like, it told me a lot more than the teaser did. But I watched the teaser, which is like 1.5 minutes long, which is kind of long for a teaser, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Correct me. But yeah, and I was like, bruh, that's pretty interesting. That was nice and vague. And on the same topic with Bong Joon-ho, yeah. Parasite. The trailer is so vague. It tells you nothing about the movie, and that's all I'm going to say about Parasite, because if you haven't seen it, you should see it. Please see it. Yeah, it's just, if it's vague, yeah. So yeah, let's get down to the real shit. So, this movie can fuck you up a little bit. Like, I don't care what conclusion you came to about what the shimmer was, because there's a lot of possibilities about the shimmer. I don't care. In my head, the aliens part at the end of the movie did not happen. None of that happened, because it doesn't need to happen. It just ruins the movie. It affects the movie at a point that I don't need it to affect the movie. Like, we'll get back to that. So yeah, as a person, I'm empathetic to fictional characters. Like, really, maybe a bit more than I should be. So things that happen in movies tend to stay with me a little bit longer than they might with other people. But like, this movie stayed with me for like a couple hours at least afterwards, which is good. That's what I want. That's what I want out of a movie. And like, that is one of my favorite things about movies. Another thing about this movie to do with that kind of point of view thing, I might be just rambling on a tangent, I don't know, but every single character, at least from what I saw, thought about the movie a little bit differently. Like, thought about the shimmer a little bit differently, thought about all that shit a little bit differently. Like, sorry, I'm on my phone over here, I'm reading from my phone. Obviously, this isn't scripted, but I've got, like, a lot of things that I wrote down, like, an hour after seeing the movie. A lot of things. Like, each character seemed, at least from my point of view at, like, 1 a.m. that night, seemed to have, like, a different conclusion about what the shimmer was. So, like, Shepard and Lomax saw it as something unexplainable and impossible to truly understand. And then Anya saw it as a threat that needed to be eradicated. Josie saw it as like this new horizon, this new evolution to human existence, this like great new thing to base all future technology on, to change your philosophy, that kind of shit. Adventurous at first saw it as like an intelligent autoimmune disease. At least that's what I like kind of got from her dialogue. But as the movie kind of moved past her conclusion, turned into kind of like it was the hammer to shatter it all, which is kind of where that like scene of her like like saying it's the annihilation kind of comes from, which we'll get back to that scene too. And then Luna saw it as like this scared child, like more than just a scared child, like it didn't understand itself, and it was just kind of doing things. It was chaotic, neutral D&D character with low intelligence, if that helps anyone. I don't think it does. I think it barely helps me, but that's the way that I'm thinking about it right now, and that's the whole point of this series. Yeah, but like, I think the main point of view, main like thing that our director really wanted us to like think about in the movie was like the unpredictable actions of all living things, which kind of move continuously until eventually they reach a pure absolute self-annihilation. Yeah, so I just spouted some random shit that I was just like thinking of, and I think like anyone who's taken like an English class could probably think of something like exactly like that. Let's just talk about how I felt about the Ventress scene. So if you don't remember it, because you probably saw this movie in theaters in like 2018, or you haven't seen this movie, both of those are very possible. This movie wasn't like a big movie because it's Annihilation. So yeah, it is right now.
Unfathomable mind. No beacon, no seed.
Dr. Ventures?
Lena. We spoke. What was it we said? That I needed to know what was inside the lighthouse. That moment's past. It's inside me now.
What's inside you?
It's not like us. It's unlike us. I don't know what it wants. Or if it wants. But it will grow until it encompasses everything. Our bodies and our minds will be fragmented into their smallest parts until not one part remains. Annihilation.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have the same like thing that I do, but I feel like that just came out of nowhere. Like the point of view of Ventress and like the concept that she was like running to the lighthouse as fast as possible because she only had a certain amount of days to live, so on. And she was like really fixated on the concept of death in this situation, not the new life that Josie was fixated on, or the strange mental reality that Lena was faced on. It, I feel like the mouth spaghetti just didn't need to happen. Like, they could have just had her, like, they could have had, like, fungus growing out of her mouth or something, but they had big, like, giant laser coming out of her mouth. Why? Why do we need this giant mouth laser? Who needs the giant mouth laser? Not me. Like, I did like the name dropping the movie in that scene, like saying, "Oh, total annihilation," and then like the title card comes on. That's fun. And also the fact that at the beginning of the scene she had no eyes, and then by the end of the scene she had real eyes, which then were shielded by shadows, and then like fucking exploded. That was cool. And the Geiger room that she was in, which I guess was supposed to be like an alien pod, but in my point of view is like the Shimmer's fungal central sac, or spread as a intelligent fungus. Because I like that idea. I like the idea that this was like man-made. But yeah, I feel like those effects were really weird, and that scene honestly could have happened completely differently. Like we could have had Ventress's body saying this, or we could have had Ventress not be there and it's Ventress's voice. Or even then, we could have just not have had Ventress. Though I do feel like I forget the actor's name. 1 second. Jennifer Jason Leigh. Yeah, I feel like her acting, her like really pan dry there. She knows you know what you're talking, like what she's talking about, kind of like idea. That is great. That really did help that section. So I feel like having her be the one delivering this is like really great. But the way they had her deliver it felt wrong. Like it felt overthought. Like they really wanted to see someone explode before the phosphorus grenade scene, which like just happened. Actually, no, this is after the phosphorus grenade scene. So yeah, we just saw someone explode. I guess like later on as the proper phosphorus grenade scene where we see the replicant explode, but like still, or actually maybe it's not the replicant. That's the thing I like about the ending. I think the ending was like really fucking weird, but the like ambiguity of like is that really Lena and Kane? I think it's pretty definite that that's not really Kane. But is that really Lena? Did Lena actually kill this creature? Or did Lena die in the confusion? Or were neither of them Lena? And Lena died many times, like quite a while before. Yeah, I just, yeah. Another thing I want to talk about though snakes. That found footage scene. If you haven't seen it, trigger warning snakes?
Memory card. Should be able to play this. It's working.
Okay.
Okay, so we know what happened to the last group. They went insane.
There was something alive inside that man.
No, that was a trick of the light.
Yeah,
Weird shit.
that's something that you really want to see at like midnight when you're watching a movie because you're deciding to, and then decide to make a challenge out of it. So yeah, that was kind of weird for me, but like I feel like it helped. It showed that, and it really did help the next thing that came up, which was the fungal statue of corpses and shit. But like, yeah, I yeah, snake intestines. Yeah, I really agree with Josie in the scene that comes after that, where she like picks up the thing in the water. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the final thing. So overall, I found this movie was an absolute trip and honestly pretty good. I have a few light problems with it that I touched on, and I feel as though some scenes weren't like really needed, but in the end, it all rounds out pretty well. And overall, I enjoyed the movie. I think it had some interesting concepts to explore. So for now, I will give Annihilation a 1.42 out of 2. And yeah, to finish this off, I'll give you a set of 5 frames that I love. And thank you for sitting through episode 1. See you in the next one. If you really enjoyed that video, let me know. And yeah, cool. Hopefully the next one will be better.